Welcome back to your videos of the Doritos expert historian, me, Jared, the guy that knows Doritos. It's been a while. I had a sort of Doritos tangentially related injury. So to give you some context here, I make these videos, well, for one, because who else can? I am the premier Doritos historian, but it's also a passion for me. But the way I got my 10,000 hours in Doritos expertise was a lot of eating my way to the bottom or top of a bag of Doritos, if you follow my hourglass chip opening method. I ate a lot of bags of Doritos, and I put on some pounds. So, my wife, who loves me, she said, "You got to stop overeating Doritos." And I respect that. And so I kind of said, well, what if, I'm sharing my passion with the world, making Doritos informative reviews videos, and she of course supports me in my creative endeavors and also the important documentarial work I'm doing here with these videos. So for a while, it's kind of been an agreement that I eat Doritos for the videos, maybe a little bit for research, but pretty much I'm eating Doritos for you guys and not eating it as a hobbyist anymore. I'm a professional at this after all. What had happened was, we were at some friend's house, as restrictions are lifting. We were kind of at a party setting, and a bag of Doritos was opened. I didn't bring the Doritos, totally respecting kind of the house rules, but they were there. And in that party atmosphere, you kind of, loosen things up. And so I grabbed the bag of Doritos, and now, mind you, this wasn't my house, and these people, it was pretty obvious they haven't watched some of my Doritos reviews. They opened the bag from the top, which, if you've seen my Doritos videos, I explained to open from the bottom. This is the hourglass method. It's really the way professionals eat their chips, not just Doritos, by the way. So the bag wasn't open from the top, so it had improperly kind of settled at the bottom of the bag. Too much dust, too many smaller chips down at the bottom of the bag. And by the way, a lot of people were sharing these Doritos, and hands are going in the bag. COVID-19's over pretty much, so people are sharing these Doritos. It got down to the bottom of the bag, essentially. And I've done this thousands of times, and never any issue. But I did the thing where you take the bag, you tilt your head back, and shake it into your mouth. There was like a crinkle in the bag, causing like a minor blockage of some of those smaller, finer granules of dust and chip. Anyways, so just all of a sudden, kind of like an avalanche of Dorito dust and flakes just fell in my face, mostly like on my eye, and like a little, like almost a miniature Dorito I don't know how it happened, but it got into my eyelid, under my eyelid. I tried to scratch my eyes. I was tearing up a little bit, but I didn't know some of the people there that well, and they seemed like good people. I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I kind of just played it off, ha ha ha, and I let the small Dorito sit under my eyelid a little too long. I got home and tried to claw it out. I think it made it worse. I think there's little pieces of Doritos in my eyelid. So basically, I haven't made a video in a little while because I've been ashamed. I have an infection in my eye. I can't hide it anymore. I don't want to be dishonest with you guys because I am a Doritos historian, but that was a rookie mistake there, to get Dorito dust chips in my eye. And it's mending. It's looking better now. I can open my eye again. My vision has been returning. But I just wanted to get back and talk to you guys and be honest with you. And, you know, this will be a kind of like a PSA. I still defend it. It's perfectly fine to tip your head back and shake the Doritos into your mouth. But what you have to do is you have to run your finger along the bag, make an even crease like, you know, well-ironed jeans, you know, with the crease in the middle. You have to make a crease so there's not bumps that hold back the dust and hold back those crumbs. The spirit of the evening took me away, and I was not being cautious. And the other reason I didn't make a video for a while here is, you know, my wife, she rightfully said, "See, I told you so. You promised you weren't going to eat Doritos recreationally anymore, and you basically got what's coming to you." And I couldn't agree more with her. It's karmic retribution that I sustained this eye injury from doing what I love, but kind of like someone who does motocross or cliff diving or any of these extreme sports. I'm turning a corner and looking at it from a point of pride. I sustained an injury doing what I love. But, you know, my wife basically said time out on the Doritos videos. No more Doritos reviews videos. So I'm on, like, for a time being. I'm on penalty or probation, if you will. But I'm honoring that. However, I do have a video for you. It's not a Doritos review video. What I have is a special treat, a Doritos cooking recipe video. So what I'm going to make for you is my classic Cool Ranch Doritos ice cream sundae, a Doritos ice cream sundae. So come on, let's go to the kitchen. All right, so now we're going to get to cooking this excellent recipe for a Cool Ranch Doritos ice cream sundae. So I got my bag of Doritos here, obviously, and I got my all-natural Turkey Hill premium ice cream, homemade vanilla. Now this is a Ralph's buy. It's very important you get highly premium ice cream for this ice cream sundae. So I recommend Turkey Hill. It's as premium as they come. If you're like me, you don't. I normally don't purchase foods that are named after another food that it's not, like Turkey Hill. It makes me think of turkey and Thanksgiving, and no. So I was very averse to this ice cream until I found out that it was premium and all natural. And actually, you can get it at a good bargain price at Ralph's. So it's been kind of my go-to when I want a luxurious ice cream ever since. So get this or another kind of premium kind of ice cream. It's absolutely necessary to the recipe. And the ratio is 1 bucket of ice cream tub, 1 bag of chips. Got to be exact about that, okay? Oh, shit. Someone ate. Okay, so I made a quick trip to the store. It's not that important. The kind of ice cream isn't really important because, you know, Cool Ranch is the star of the show. So I have a little bit of Turkey Hill, but, you know, any kind of vanilla ice cream works. So I got this garbage kind of 7-Eleven vanilla bean ice cream. Personally, vanilla bean's the best kind of vanilla there is. French vanilla's all right. But any vanilla you have on hand, it really doesn't matter. Okay, but, and this is like, you know, you don't have to be exact about the amount of Doritos that go into the sundae. You can just estimate. If you notice, I'm dumping the ice cream onto a cutting board. If you've been to Cold Stone Creamery, that's kind of a method that they do ice cream. You put their toppings on a cutting board and they schlock it all together. You know, that was Donald Sutherland thinks he invented that. He did not. Actually, this has a familial connection. My dad was an extra in the film Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And so, you know, that great scene at the end when they're all running from the body snatchers in San Francisco? Yeah, my dad was an extra in that scene, and it was long night shoot hours. So, you know, the producers and stuff, they brought ice cream for the crew. And this is an old family tradition that my dad does. And he took the ice cream and dumped it on a table and took some of the M&Ms and candies that were laying around craft services and put them on a table and mashed them together. And Donald Sutherland comes up and is like, holy cow, what are you doing? Are you crazy, man? And so, like, you know, my dad was like, no, this is an old family tradition. We like to mash up our ice cream on a cutting board and with our favorite toppings. Yeah, so Donald Sutherland stole that from my dad. So, but this is the way Cool Ranch Doritos weren't invented until 1986, and that's when my family started using this method for making our Doritos ice cream sundaes, kind of a family recipe. So here's the bag of Doritos. You don't have to be exact, just eyeball how many Doritos you want on that sundae. I opened the bag up using the hourglass method. And so I open it from the bottom. Now start adding some Doritos on top of that ice cream. And today we're using a little Turkey Hill ice cream and a little bit of 7-Eleven garbage ice cream. Then you just kind of work those Doritos in to the ice cream. Again, Cold Stone Creamery style. Donald Sutherland stole that from my dad. My dad taught me this, so you know, I think I'm almost owed like a Cold Stone Creamery franchise. And if I did own a Cold Stone Creamery, this would be like the star of the show. The Cool Ranch Doritos vanilla recipe. And also maybe later on down the road, I will do a nacho cheese and rum raisin recipe, which is also delicious. So then you can kind of chop it up. It's another good technique. So see, we're working in the Doritos, Okay, a little more here. And this is kind of the fun part. Take your time. What you're doing is getting that Dorito dust and infusing the flavor into the vanilla bean, activating the inherent qualities of the bean, and as well as really like shaking off that dust and integrating, folding Doritos into vanilla bean. It's a magical, magical thing, folks. So dice, chop, and fold. Dice, chop, and fold. This is not a flavor review today. This is a Doritos This is not a Dorito review today. This is a Doritos recipe. And you work it until these things become almost like one. And I used to really like use my hands for this, but then family and friends were like, gross, I'm not going to eat that if you have your hands in it. So just for sanitary purposes, I use a knife now. They still don't eat it for some reason, but you know. So you don't want any large pieces that might get stuck in your throat as you're eating ice cream, or like choke you, or like get into your eye somehow. I'm chopping it all up. Jared's family style, not Donald Sutherland Cold Stone Creamery style. Okay, now I'm gonna get the bowl. Voila. Get it in there, scoop, re-scoop, scoop, 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 scoop. Doesn't this just look amazing? Amazing. Vanilla, great on its own. Doritos, Cool Ranch, great on its own. You know, Doritos is gonna see this and like partner with Haagen-Dazs, I'm telling you. Hey, I don't mind. You know, I'd rather the Doritos company steal from my family than Donald frickin' Sutherland. All right, so let's look at that beauty. Let's go to step 2, step 3, and eat, and then we'll eat it. Here's the results. A delicious bowl of Doritos Cool Ranch ice cream sundae. And the piece of resistance is you have to add a couple Doritos in there for effect. These also, by the way, work as great little like spoons when you go to eat it. You can do some scoop action with them. I try to pick out some good Doritos there. Lovely. Gotta love it. Okay, so I'm going to eat some. It's not going to be a review because I'm not doing Doritos reviews right now. It's more just like how at the end of a cooking show or recipe, you see someone taste it. And I'm going to really enjoy this, but I'm not going to give you any indication of how I'm enjoying it, contextualize it. No qualifying statements here. Rewind and pause the video as you like and make it at home on your own. And you add the review here. You tell me how tasty it is. Go to the comments. Tell them in the comments what an amazing ice cream sundae this is. I'm not going to say it. I just told you how to make it. You know, I will say, speaking of Donald Sutherland, if you are playing hungry games, this is something you can make to eat. And if you've seen Donald Sutherland movies, tell me which movies you like, and do you think he owes my family some royalties or like a Cold Stone Creamery franchise? I didn't say Thank you, and we'll see you next time with another Doritos cooking recipe, not a review.